Sorry about that. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Sorry about that. Had my mic not even in the right position. Hopefully you guys caught that Rocket League action earlier today. 7 o'clock is when they did it. It's in our VODs if you want to watch it. I'm also going to try and get it up on the YouTube soon so you guys can see it there. Feel free to check it out there as well. But just coming by for a short stream, just to make sure everyone is, if anyone had any questions, Rogue Leader, also known as Coach Kennedy, thanks for running the stream earlier today. Pretty good job. Little hiccups in the beginning. I think you get the volume levels ironed out. I thought it was pretty good. I'll definitely give you some casters to help you run the whole thing, which I think will be much easier to do. And we'll figure that out as we go along to have some extra help casting. Excuse me, but yeah, I just checked on. Just going to be on here probably like 20 minutes, half an hour at the most, unless a bunch of people jump in here. But look, just looking to answer questions. Didn't have too much to talk about. I did want to mention that we did hit the 80 plus schools for the IHSA. So that is a very good sign. We haven't heard from them yet, but I know we will hear from them soon about what we're going to do and how it's going to go. For that. I think it'll be very interesting. Give me 1 second here. Of course. But yeah, no, I think we'll be hearing from them soon to find out how it's going and what's going to happen with the IHSA. And I think our Rocket League tournament here will help out in figuring out how to handle Rocket League. Off to a decent start last week. It was supposed to be our first week. We got pushed back. A bunch of stuff happened this week, but I think it was good overall. So, super excited that it finally is kicked off. Most of the kinks are ironed out. We'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, definitely. It's been a long time coming, and I'm happy to get Rocket League started. Just so schools can kind of start figuring it out. I think this will be a test season if this goes fairly well. Maybe we'll do another like short tournament or something in the winter. But we just wanted to get this going out there. We've learned a lot of lessons so far. And I know Coach Kennedy's taking a lot of notes on how to fix it for next year. So, again, feel free to reach out to us. Add your school to the IHSA Emerging Activities list if you haven't. Let me see if I can check that list and pull it. And double check and see how it is. I am super tired, so I'm not going to stream too long tonight. Mainly just because I had a bunch of stuff going on with my daughter this weekend where I was... we were at the ER twice this weekend, plus if you guys haven't heard, which you probably have, the strike going on this week for Chicago Public Schools. So as of tomorrow, you'll see me on the picket line. So feel free to come support us in any way possible. Where am I at? I think it's this form. I don't think it's that form. I don't think it's that form. Where 531? I don't think it's that one either. Nope. I can't find where it is. Did I put it in here? I did not. Wait. No. Wait. Oh, there it is. Found it. All right. Oh, yeah, we are 81 schools. Beautiful. So we did hit 81 this week. Yeah, definitely Game on Chicago. We have to talk about that. I know you were working on getting some stuff set up soon in the future. I haven't seen too much yet, but yeah, we'll have to talk definitely offline at some point and see what you guys have to offer. It's always nice to get the LAN events too, because I think those are the most fun for the students. So Oh, my back hurts. But yeah, no, it's gonna be an interesting week. Like I said, it's already been crazy, so it's only gonna get crazier with all the drama that plays out in Chicago. Sorry, I'm just also trying to get our match reported. This one. There it is. We played NASEF's Overwatch community tournament today. So we were trying to get all this situated. A lot of my kids are very rough around the edges when it comes to Overwatch. They're mostly console players, so they're not used to playing competitive Overwatch on PC. So oh, nice. Yeah, no, I assumed you meant chat offline. I figured that. Hello, Silent Beat. You guys seem to, from GW, have a pretty good esports program going over there already. I don't know if you guys just brought it up this year, but it's pretty awesome to see you guys jump in pretty good. Oh, nice. That's awesome to hear again. Are you still in my area that we talked originally? Portage Park-ish area, Jefferson Park? That'd be really cool. If you're still looking in that area, I'd love to come see what you guys are doing, because you guys are literally in my area. But yeah, I'm excited to finally get this show on the road with my Overwatch for NASEF, as well as my my league team's been practicing pretty good. I think it's pretty awesome how well we're doing so far, considering we have 3 brand new players to a team. One of them was our sub last year, but he didn't play much. And then the other 2 are brand new to playing on a team. So it's interesting to see, but they're actually getting along really well. We just have to work on a lot of mechanics because they're not used to playing. They're not used to playing with a full team and communicating, and they are lower ranked because they haven't played as many ranked games yet. It's good to hear you're still looking in the area. Like I said, I'd love to check it out once you guys put a location up and get it started. Oh, I'm so tired. Tomorrow we get to be at school 6:30 in the morning. You'll see me out on Narragansett Avenue. Make sure you honk for your teachers if you drive by them in Chicago while they're picketing. But like I said, I'm going to hang out here for a little bit. Not long. Probably another 5-10 minutes. Just to check and see if anyone had any questions. Yeah, Silent Beat. I think that's kind of what I did at Taft at first. Like, I just jumped on and we went pretty crazy right there in the beginning and did a whole lot of stuff with Silence. It's a lot harder. A lot different crowd that's not ready to we're not ready to because they are so green and not ready to compete on esports. They barely heard about esports before I got there, so it's interesting to break them of their old habits in console games and get them going. But you guys seem like you have a pretty good PC crowd, and your coach is really into gaming and streaming. And just making sure that we grow it, especially in CPS, just to get as many schools as possible. I think it's really important. And I've been trying to get them on board for 4 years to help get stuff started. And I've tried to talk to everyone and have just not been able to reach them and say that, it's so big and it's going to help so many different students that that normally don't participate in esports in regular sports or in clubs or anything. Most of the kids in my club just go to school and go home and play with their friends online and don't actually make any real connections. We're now getting them together and making friends. It's funny, my Overwatch team, 4 of the 6 players are in my 8th period class, which I think is hilarious. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of friendship or what kind of stuff grows out of that. So it's really cool. We don't have formal esports curriculum for anything. We're trying to get some stuff together to help out with creations of programs and whatnot. But NASEF and a lot of the other groups have that material already, so we haven't been on a rush to do it. Usually we direct them over to those programs, or the ones that we like to have them look up how to make a team and how it should go. And then I usually do like personal calls, or invite them onto the podcast and say, hey, check us out. You can, ask questions to me on chat and what about how to run it. I direct them to like our VODs for podcasts and whatnot, so they can see them there too. Silent Beat, who are you guys scrimming with? You guys should definitely let us know. Assignments is willing to make some trips depending on how far it is. I know you guys are way south, but if you're coming somewhere up north, we definitely could possibly make some arrangements to get some kids out there. I want to put together like a little small, like I said, CPS tournament at Steinmetz, possibly for Smash and or NBA 2K. Oh, I forgot what I was doing. This one? No. This one? Yes. Okay. And then I gotta do this too. Sorry. Just like I said, I'm in the middle of doing like 3 things. Okay. Close that down. Close that down. Let's see. We are working on something like that for our offerings at the Game On IRL location. Not sure. Interested in collaborating on an intro to esports. Yeah, no, that's definitely something that'd be really interesting. Especially, I think it's also not just important for the kids, but also for administrators and parents. I think is the big thing. I think that's the biggest thing, is getting the parents on board and getting administrators on board to show them what it is. Once they are, partially on board and give that go ahead to create the team, they realize how big it is, and they'll have more kids on the esports team than they would on the football team. And that is inclusive, and it includes girls, and it includes everyone else. So we're definitely trying to push that focus when we talk to administrators. I mean, like, it's the best thing for your school because it can incorporate everyone, and you can make it an almost self-sustaining program at some point where you're doing Twitch streams or you're doing fundraisers, and you get a different group of parents and people that normally don't give to the the Boosters Club or whatever for the football. I think it ends up being a lot better opportunity for kids and their parents to get their students involved who they might not know what the kids are doing. Good evening, Mordecracken from Sandoval. Thanks for joining us tonight. And I agree. Another Smash tournament assignments will be awesome. Like I said, I'm looking for, our principal wants to host something, so we're looking to possibly do something. It might even be in the spring, so it might be even closer to like April or May, depending on how it goes. But yeah, we're going to brainstorm it with my team here and figure out what the best fit for the schedule is, because I think the Springfield Smash tournament is going to be early spring or late winter. So we'll see how that goes. because I think then it would be a good time to do it not so close together. Because I think keeping them a little bit separated will help give clear boundaries, so they're not like, oh, it's another tournament this weekend. So that's a great question, Mordecracken. So far I haven't heard of anything yet of how it will affect the Rocket League tournament. I think my kids are just playing from home anyway, so I don't think that would matter, and we don't require teams to play at school. And I think there's only two. I think it's only us and George Washington even in the Rocket League tournament right now. So, as far as I know, the game should still go on, and I'm knocking on wood and hoping that the games don't go. Sorry about the feedback there, but hoping the games don't go into, or the strike goes into next week. I'm hoping to be back in school by Monday. Hoping, at the latest, Monday. So, unless I hear something otherwise, I will let you know. Sorry about that. Still getting over this cold. All right, well, I got probably about another 5 to 10 minutes. So if you have any other questions, feel free to ask in chat. Again, I want to say good job, Coach Kennedy, for running the Rocket League stream. Again, it was really good. Thanks again to... let me check one of our interns here. That would be Tim V. Thanks for creating the overlay for that Rocket League tournament. We'll definitely have some more work for you in the very near future, like an outro screen, hint, hint, for our podcast and for our streams. Something just to put people away on when we're done. And then I think there was something else we needed too. But that we'll talk about. That'll be posted in the intern page. So if you're looking for internships, we're about to add a bunch more people. Thank you, Silent Beat. We're going to be adding more interns for those that filled out the registration form. This has been a crazy week trying to get Rocket League off the ground. So we will be adding a bunch more people. So if you're interested, stay tuned. We will be adding you, and we will go from there. How many teams do I know are going to Bloomington LOL Route 66 tournament? As of right now, I haven't heard of any. I haven't asked anyone who's going yet. I wanted to possibly take my team, but I'm not sure if our team will fly, or our principal will go for it and get us a bus, because it's an overnight trip and it is a long way away, so we'll have to see how that goes. But yeah, I haven't heard of anyone saying that they're going for sure to that tournament. But I know they're going to be out there. So, any idea what the concessions will be like for the Smash tournament? I have no idea. Your best bet is to ask Whitlock in chat. If all else fails, then you probably can run out for concessions if you need to. We'll probably have her on again soon, next week, maybe the week after, to see to have her answer any other questions now that the rules are out there. Teams have been emailed, just so that they can see what's out there now, and they actually been able to see the rules with their hands, because that way I think will help them figure out what they want to do and what they have questions about, because it was a little confusing when we had it on stream and there was a little bit of lag with the voice. So we'll hopefully have that all figured out for next time. I think it's going to be bagged macaroni and cheese from Panera. They might even get some bagged pesto pasta, maybe. Just kidding. All right. Well, any League of Legends fans out there? See all the announcements yesterday? Super excited to see what's coming out of Riot. Mostly intrigued by the card game and TFT Mobile and as well as the Riot, the League of Legends console and phone games. I think those are going to be really interesting. The Fighting Edition, I hate fighters. So it's going to be, I'll probably watch it just to see it, but I don't think there's a way that they can compete with the big dogs in fighting games, especially with Smash and Street Fighter. And, Mortal Kombat and all those. I think it'll be a decent game. I just don't think it'll hit. I don't think it'll hit that big. I mean, there's a huge portion of League of Legends fans, so it could pop off, but I really think it is just going to go out with a fizzle for all this work they're putting into it. I definitely like the card game, though. I'm really a fan of... I played Hearthstone quite a bit when it first launched, and then I kind of gave up on it once they started releasing so many packs, and you had to pay for the expansions, and I was like, okay, well... And then I felt so behind on meta, I was like, yeah, I can't keep up with this. And the one thing I hate the most out of CCGs is actually building a deck. For some reason, my mind can't comprehend what it takes to build a decent deck. So I love playing with like pre-built decks or like was the draft mode, the arena where you just got the draft cards because I just figured out and play with that. But yeah, see, I never played like Magic the Gathering at all when I was younger. The first Magic I played was on like Xbox Live Arcade on 360. I've heard of it, I knew about it, but never actually sat down and learned how to play and what everything was until it was on Xbox. Luckily for me, really saved my bank account that I never got into like Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon or any of those trading card games because I would have spent a fortune on them. Especially them, being like sub $5 a pack. I'm like, hey, Mom, buy me this pack. Oh, Mom, buy me this pack. Mom, buy me this box. Or when I got my first job, all my expendable income would have went to that. So I'm very glad that I did not. Because it would have been a disaster. Alright, guys. On that note, I am going to head out. I am tired. Thanks for checking out the stream. We'll have another stream next week. It should be a little bit longer. I'm going to try and get one of our guests on so it's not just me. And then I also wanted to give Coach Kennedy a break today so he wasn't chatting and busy all day considering he was at school teaching, then coaching, then came home to stream, and then still said, hey, I'm on for the podcast if you need me. And I was like, no, take a break. Relax. Get some stuff done. Otherwise, take care, guys. Have a good night. Check out the stream. Check out Discord if you have any questions. And follow us on Twitter. I think that's the best thing. Lots of stuff will be announced there. And then we'll also have a stream tomorrow. Don't forget Rocket League tomorrow night as well, 7 o'clock. It's going to be Wednesdays and Thursdays for the time being. So with that being said, have a good night. Be nice to each other. Root for your teachers. And I will see you later.